See, today we will discuss a new chapter that is applied biology. So, whatever we studied in entire biology so far, no, your first year, second year, entire botany, zoology, that is, we call it as a core science, core biology, or the pure biology. So, we studied different animals, plants, okay, and their classification and their morphological structures and functions, and we also studied some genetical aspects and evolution. So today we will discuss something different, that is applied biology. So applied biology means, we apply certain techniques and methods with other sciences with biology. So that is called an applied biology. Okay. For example, we inculcate some technologies into the genetics. We call it as genetic engineering. So like that, there are multiple applications are there in the field of biology. We call it as applied biology. So applied biology so has an important role in animal husbandry because due to the increased population, the as we seen in the evolution that the population increases, then the food availability of the food comes down. So to meet that demand, so we need to increase the even food source. So for that reason, we need to have a animal husbandry which provides exponentially availability of the food source, as in the form of milk, meat, pork, etc. and all. Okay, and it also has an application in the poultry industry. So chicken, eggs, okay, everything, and in the aquaculture, is fisheries and other then molecular diagnostics. So these are the applications biology has, and in the vaccines, for the production of the vaccines, also there is an applications, and gene therapy and transgenic animals and biochemical applications. Okay, and even in stem cells. So these are the different, there are many other applications also. These are the different applications we see in biology that we are having in our syllabus. Okay. So let us see one by one. Animal husbandry. So animal husbandry is breeding and raising up living stocks. Okay, breeding and growing up and raising up the livestock. We call it as animal husbandry. Animal husbandry includes cattle, that is the dairy farm and poultry farm and the apiculture and sericulture also. Okay. Animal husbandry is agriculture practice, agriculture practice of breeding and raising of living stocks. Okay, this is called animal husbandry, agriculture practice of breeding and raising of living stocks. It includes dairy farm, poultry farms, and beekeeping. We call it as apiculture, and sericulture and aquaculture, that includes fisheries too. So these are the uh, different animal husbandries we have. So what we'll do, they develops the breed according to the human need. Okay. So for example, initially we used to have a cows which gives a very little amount of milk. So these cows were crossed with Netherland cows. No, they give approximately 4,100 liters per year, whereas Indian cow which gives only 150 liters per year. Okay, so they crossed both the animals and we got a hybrid, what we call as breed here. So these breeds are no, they give a sufficient milk to us. So that is why the animal husbandry is very helpful for the human welfare. So for example, the best example, if there is a citrus plantation, no? Sweet lime plantation. So when we keep honey beekeeping boxes in between the these sweet lime plants, okay, because of the honeybees, this honeybees travels across the field area and they induces the pollination. So because of this, the pollination will increase, flowering will grow, and farmer will get a more yield. In addition that, he will be getting also honey, wax, and other pollens. This is the way applied biology helpful to the farmers and the community. At the same time, so when there is a plants of sweet limes, no, these sweet limes gives, for example, 80% of the fruits. Because of the honeybees, it reaches to the maximum. So farmer will get maximum yield, and the same time he'll be getting in honey in same place, and also he'll be getting a wax, he'll be getting a pollen. So when we apply and those thoughts, those methods, technologies in the field of biology, in all aspects, not only agriculture, in the medicine or in any area, so we will be getting a multiple business and multiple opportunities and multiple employment sources also. That is the why the applied biology is very, very important. As of now, we have studied all the aspects of the biology. Okay, in your first year, second year, you have studied different structures, functions, different plants of and its connection with the environment and everything. So now we are applying all the biology into the practical sense. So that is the why the applied biology is very important for in terms of our development of human welfare. Okay, now so this animal husbandry provides us milk, milk, meat, pork, wool, honey, and silk, etc. So basically, these are conventionally used because of the revolution, a white revolution. So we have adopted so many hybrid and breeding technologies, and in coming lessons I'll be explaining what are the different breeding technologies we are using now. So with that, no, we evolve like anything in the society. So we are managed to supply the demand of all this milk, meat, pork, whatever would respect to the population increase. For example, a typical Indian cow, before this crossing or hybridization was not happened, these cows generally they give 170 liters per year. Okay, whereas Netherlands cow, as I already explained you, Netherlands cow, it gives 4,100 liters. Okay, what they did, they, because if you see this is almost 500 ml, not even a liter, and this cow gives almost 10 to 12 liters per day. They crossed between these two animals and we got a hybrid that we calling as breed. So what we select? We select the potential animals which given high yield and also resistant to the certain diseases, and we cross with our existing animals and we will get a breeds, hybrids. Okay, we call it as in animals we call it as breeds. Now there is modern methods are available for breeding. So earlier we used to breed just mating between the animals and we expected the results. Now the technology is increased now, whereas modern methods are available. Modern methods for of breeding, which includes artificial insemination. Okay, artificially we inject semen into animals, and because many times it is not possible to bring the animals together, because now there are artificial semen banks also available across the globe. So simply they will collect the semen and inject to the desirable animals, and multiple ovulation and embryo transfer. This is another technology now available. These are the modern methods for the breeding. So in India, the cattle populations are three types. Cattle breeds are three types. Milch breeds. So these breeds provides high yield of milk high yield of milk. The very good example is Murrah buffalo. Murrah buffalo is a very famous buffalo in India. It gives almost 36 liters per day. This is the highest milk giving breed. So in Gujarat, there is a place called Anand, a very popular milk producing industry, that is Anand Milk Producing Unit Limited. We call it as Amul. You must be knowing the Amul milk, Amul buttermilk and all, Amul lassi and all. And this was established by Dr. Kurain. And Dr. Kurain is the father of White Revolution, and he is a now president of National Dairy Development Board, and he was a chairman of the National Dairy Development Board. This is very important for a neat point of view. And the second type is broad breeds. Broad breeds. So these are the generally bulls were crossed for agriculture practices like plowing, cultivation, etc. So, so in India, Ongol bull is the costliest bull, okay, and it has a very musculature, very high, it can work like anything. So that is the best bull caught in India, Ongol bull. And the third one is dual purpose. So these are the breeds are having an average milk, and they can also work in agricultural practices like plowing, cultivation, and etc. Okay. General purpose. Okay, these are the three types of this thing. Now let us see the dairy management. Dairy management. So dairy management includes the series of operations like breeding. So we have to breed as per our need. Then we have to feed. So means we have to give the appropriate feed to them. Okay. I'll explain you each one of you. Then the feeding. Then we have to manage the farm, because we have to very keen about their diseases, and we have to take care of their health and their environment and everything. Then we have to take care of the production like milk production. Then we have to process. Then we have to market of the products, milk and other products on economical basis. So our main objective is to grow economically. So whatever we are doing, hybrid technology, adapting new technologies, methods, and all, because we need money. That is an we need to grow in economically. So if the farmer is not economically growing, so there is no need of setting all these dairy farm and all. So that is the reason the entire process you should get a more margin than conventional farming. Generally, the commercial farming means 5 to 100s. It can be thousands also sometimes. So Anand has some 4,000 to 5,000 units. So there are many units like that. So hundreds of buffaloes or cows, whatever. So the products of the dairy milks are milk, curd, ghee, butter, paneer, buttermilk, what else? Cheese, etc. There are many new products are also forming. So these are the products we produce from the dairy management. And because of this revolution in the dairy management, people are getting a lot of occupational chances, occupations, and employments also. So recent days, the dairy industries are growing like in anything. So there is a high uh, opportunities, occupational opportunities for you guys who wish to become a veterinarian doctor. Okay, there is a lot of scope. There is multiple opportunities are there, not only in India, across the global. There is a good chances of getting a good jobs. Now let us see what are the components, fundamental components in the dairy management. The number one is the selection of good breed. So good breed means the breed it should give maximum yield, milk yield, and also it should be resistant to the diseases. Okay, these two are very important. So otherwise, if it is giving more milk, but it is not resistant to the disease, means always the farmers will struggle. We lost a lot of the money in the getting the breeds itself. It has to give maximum amount of milk, and it should also resist to the diseases. And disease resistant should be disease resistant. In India, there are some good brands are there. Holstein Horsery, Jersey, Orshire, These are the best breeds which gives the maximum milk and resistant to the diseases. And there is brown brown Swiss also. So these are the and Holstein will give almost 36 to 40 liters per day. And these are the very good varieties or breeds. And number two, feeding. So we need to give a feed, appropriate feed. So based on their age and their condition, okay, and based on the season also. And fodder should supplement on scientific basis. Scientific basis because there is a different proportions of the feed based on their age and based on their condition. Whenever it is carries, it needs a different kind of feed proportions. No? The proportion between the cereals and other fodder. Okay, it has to be a scientific way of approach. As we animals, no, we take special meals in when we got sick. Okay, when we are getting old or when we are in child age. So like that, the animals which are very breeds, they need a special diet, the special feed, and proper sheds, which has good environment, good ventilation, and optimal temperature, optimal temperature, and should also have adequate water. So water, ventilation, and optimal temperature is very important. And even pollution free area also very important because all these factors which is directly impact on the yield. So finally farmer needs a good yield so that he can market well and he can earn money and he can invest further also. And the milking, storing, processing should be mechanized because in the mechanized because in the large farms it is not suitable to handle manually, and whenever we are manually handling, so there is a chances of increasing the diseases. Okay, and not only chances of the diseases to the cattle, it also includes the aseptic condition of the milk and milk products. So that is the reason the farmer should adapt say good mechanized techniques to the milking, storing and processing. And there is a regular consultation with the regular consultation with veterinary doctor because most of the symptoms the farmer cannot identify because these animals cannot express their diseases because there is regular visit of the veterinary doctor should be there to avoid any diseases, and also it should maintain the records records. So record maintaining is very important because when it has to be crossed again, when it should take some vaccine and all, the farmer should maintain the record. If any of the parameter fails, and there is a chances of the getting a collapse of the dairy industry. So basically, you should get a good breed, and then feed should be very proper in a scientific manner, and the construction of the shed should be very good, and the process, whatever milking, storing, processing should be mechanical, no human intervention, so there is no aseptic conditions, and there is a consultation by the veterinary doctor to avoid any diseases, okay, and should maintain the records to identify any diseases or any further follow-ups. So these are the fundamental aspects of the dairy farming, dairy management. Okay, thank you.